Welcome to episode 3 of The Pit. Today we are joined by 22 Esports challenger player Luto. Welcome on in. How are we
Hello.
feeling?
Hello, I'm good. I'm good, brother. Yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad at all. We're
Good, man.
just going to get straight into it. Segment 1, get to know the player. So this year it is your rookie season in the EU Challengers scene. Super exciting. For those people that aren't aware of yourself, could you tell us your in-game role, what you bring to a team, what your comms are like, how aggressive you are on the field? Just fire away with it.
I'm a sub player. Not really dove into comp too much. It's been my first year. So this year was basically all about finding my feet and seeing what I'm good at and what I need to improve on. And I think I've got really good gunny. My game knowledge on Modern Warfare 2 playing was really good, but I stopped playing it because everyone knows the game's just not the best at all. So yeah, that's it really. I'm pretty fast. I'd like to say I'm pretty fast. Everyone says I'm quick, but yeah, that's it.
I'm a big fan of it. We know that you started in the EU scene this year. You started in the low divisions of the XP League and worked your way up to the top with some great placements along the way. You've absolutely destroyed half the scene. Looking back on it, is there anything that you wish you did different?
Ooh, that's a good question. I wouldn't say do different. Well, yeah, actually, there's one thing, and that was season 4 of XP. That was when I actually started to team with people that I wanted to team with, because I didn't not want to team with the people I teamed with in the past, but it was a good team. It was me, it was Zappy, Seanyy, and it was Zixty, and that team was just unbelievable. But the thing I would change about it is going back to the game not being the best. Like, we just lost passion to play, and we never got on and scrimmed. We just didn't practice. We practiced once, and that was when we first teamed, but we didn't play, but we would get on and we would just blow people out the water anyway, just because of, I mean, natural talent, I guess you could say, because we would just slam everyone. But then, because we were it's big headed, to be fair, but because we were the team to watch, we'd have Brooks casting, and we'll just have casters. We had a lot of VODs on, so we got to, I think it was the winners final, might have been losers. Yeah, it was losers final. So we got to the losers final, and I think, Chaz, Taze, they must have done some VOD work on us, because they just absolutely countered us, and we just got body slammed. But that's the only thing I regret not doing, is putting the work in for season 4, because we would have won that division easily if we put the work in.
It's a hard game to keep the passion for. I mean, typical still playing in season 4 at the level you're at, to be quite honest. But that rolls into the next one quite nicely. So you're under 22 esports for most of the XP League season, to my knowledge. How did that
Yeah.
relationship start with you and 22?
So basically, when the game come out, I really enjoyed the start of it, because I never played Cold War or Vanguard. I don't know why. Like, playing them now, once we've had this card, I enjoy them a lot more than this card. But um, so yeah, at the start of the game, I really enjoyed it. So I was playing like GB, like Farm 18 SND GBs, then, and I was really I was really loving it, and I was starting to get like a dopamine. Like, I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop playing at all. So then I was scrolling through my Twitter, and I was having a look, and I was trying to see what teams and organizations. I actually messaged Katana at first. That's a different story though. That's a different story. So I've come over to 22 then, and then I messaged the actual 22 org, and then Deeks got in touch with me, and then it just went from there basically. And then oh my god, I was teamed with Deeks, Jack, and Sean in Div 5 for my first season, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. But that's basically how I got into it.
Oh, that's unbelievable. That is unreal. And I want to know, right, because there could be a bit of rivalry for this season on how you answer this. Did Katana say no when you contacted them originally?
Ooh. Okay, so basically, when I messaged the org, like the actual account, Katana, and then they forwarded me over to Dashi, but I didn't, because I was coming into the scene. I was,
Yeah.
I was going in blind. I didn't know who anyone was. I didn't know anything. So they forwarded me on to Dashi, and then I was messaging Dashi, and then he asked the question, "How much pro points do you have?" And then I was like, well, I didn't play Vanguard or Cold War, so I don't have pro points on them games. But I did play Modern Warfare 2019, and I had like not a lot. I didn't play like I did this year, but I had a few pro points because I was playing in the 2Ks in 2019. But I didn't have much, so I said that to him like I don't even know how much I have. I know I've got some, but not a lot. And then I just didn't get a message back. That's literally how it was.
I'm. This clip might come in useful if you two match up this season.
Maybe,
That could
maybe.
be tasty. That could be tasty. And this is actually something that I've always wanted to know. The alias Luto, where has that come from?
Luto,
Yeah,
you know what?
go on.
I've told my friend, I've told my RALs and some people, and they all laugh at me for it. To be fair, it is quite funny, but because my actual name's Lewis, one day I was just like Luto. That's sort of how it come about from
That's
a
unreal.
planet that's not classed as a planet no more to my actual in-game name.
Yeah, because like when I've cast you, I've been like, is it Lotto? Is it Luto? And then today I thought, Pluto. I'm gonna go with that. So it's Luto.
Yeah,
And that's how
yeah.
that's crazy. That's unreal. So there's not really much behind it at all.
Not at all. It just because of the L for
Yeah.
Lewis as well. It just made sense to me. So
Absolutely unreal. I love it from you. Wow. And I mean that's segment one done. Unless there's anything you'd like people to know that we don't possibly know already.
um, all I can say is basically I've always had a passion for COD. Like I've played COD since I was like I can't even remember. Like that's how long I've been playing COD. I remember getting home from primary school and booting up the PlayStation 2 and doing Call of Duty 3 campaign for like hours on end. And I got into competitive at about. I didn't play it. I watched it. I was watching it from like ghosts. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm quite new, like to watching it because a lot of people have watched it from like
Yeah, since day.
BO2, Modern Warfare, like back a day. But that's basically when I started getting into the competitive scene about Ghost, and I come across Optic, and now I'm just
Here we are.
Optic fan, man. I'm just a big Optic fan.
That's impressive. So actually one final thing before we do switch segments. Would you class Modern Warfare 2 as your first full competitive season?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I've played like consistently. Yeah,
That's unreal and quite honestly quite scary for the competition.
I was telling Sean, and no one believed me. They were like, literally, no one believed me. They were like, "You're lying. You've not started playing competitive on Modern Warfare 2. You haven't." And I was like, honestly, I've dabbled in GBs here and there, but a GB is a GB. Look, it's not a 2K. It's just like it's like a it was 2v2s. I would play 2v2s SNDs with my cousin Hasty that you've probably seen.
Did not know it was your
But
cousin.
yeah, he's my cousin, so that I would literally just do GBs with him, and then that's it. I wouldn't play for a team. I never played like in a league. I barely even touched like the league play inside the game. Like I was strictly just I would just pub grind. And back then as well, you would it was an achievement to play pubs because of the old prestige system and the camos, the calling cards, the emblems, like that's what made me fall in love with card. And now it's just all revolved around Warzone and the battle pass in it now, so it's just not really the best.
That's That's the truth. That really is the truth. And now you upset me, to be honest, mate. So thank you for that one, and
Yeah.
everyone listening. So segment two that I've been itching to get to literally all day when I knew we've had this podcast is the Modern Warfare 3 season. Your team is super exciting, as you say, with yourself, the rookie year, your first year
Yep.
competing last year, what you've achieved already. Like, I'm excited for it. I'm sure everyone else is. But how excited are you specifically to get yourself on a Challenger LAN?
Mate, I don't even know where to start. Honestly, like to have the passion come out of nowhere so soon, and I'm still quite new to it. It's still fresh. Like I'm in the chat speaking with them all the time. Like I'm excited. I'm like so excited to play because I've never been in it, so I'm a bit optimistic with it as well because I don't really know what to. I know what to expect, but I don't know what to expect if that makes any sense
Yeah, no.
because it's new to me. But no, I'm definitely excited, especially with the team I've got around me. I don't think 22 have released the fourth, so I'll keep that quiet for now.
Yeah,
But
decent. Tell us in
but
episode two.
but Powerhouse and Brandon, Zappy, yeah, I am. I'm very excited to play. I can't wait to get to work. Day one scrims are gonna be great.
Typical. I love the passion. I absolutely love it. And I mean, we'll flow on to the next one, which really is the same, just ventures a bit more. But will you and the team be looking to attend all Challenger lands this year, or are you just looking to go for a couple? Or are you going the full hog?
Me personally, I want to go all out. I want to do everything. I want to, because this is what I want to do. Like I'm not doing it just to have fun. Like this is what I want to do, and I know this is what Brandon wants to do as well. So when you surround yourself around people that want the same thing, the sky's the limit. Like that's it really. Like we all want to do it. It's a dream, is it? Like when you want it mentally when you want something, you will do anything you can to get it,
Yeah.
and that's me.
Honestly,
I
it's
said
an
it from
impressive mindset.
I said it from day one to Deeks on the first message. I think I can recall the message going, "Hello, I'm looking to join an org and play competitive Call of Duty." And take myself and the org to new heights. I think that was the first ever message I dropped the org.
You're doing that, I tell you. You're taking them to challenges.
Yeah.
That's impressive. It's really refreshing as well to hear someone with that mindset because you're absolutely right. Surround yourself with what you want to be, and you say it enough, my God, it will happen.
Honestly, manifesting is a big thing, and a lot of people don't understand that it's looked at by some people the third eye, because when you start manifesting and when you start saying to yourself, "This is what I'm gonna have and this is what I'm gonna do," life throws challenges at you. It really does.
Preach it. You've sold me even more. I'm only in touch
It really
segment
does.
two. Wow, I'll tell you, impressive, impressive. Right. So you said your plan is to attend everything this year. So
Yeah.
obviously we spoke to 22 owner Deeks in episode two. He said the agreement was, the arrangement was, I know you can't talk about specifics, we weren't forced out of you at all, but he said that the agreement was to fund you to the first land and see how it goes after that. Let's say,
Yeah.
for example, it isn't what everyone expected. Uh, it wasn't the best investment for them. They didn't get no return, and the placement wasn't the best. Is the team, one, still looking to stick together long term, and two, will the players be funding it themselves? Is that option there? Or three, is it going to have to be another organisation, another source of revenue to fund you?
So I'll go from back to front. So with the org thing, let's say it don't go well, God forbid. The we obviously it's all gonna get spoke through after the LAN, and we'll see what we can do and what can't be done. But team wise, I mean, we are looking. further on in the horizon if we expect to go there and just boss it out. Because I mean, I've teamed with Brandon now for a while, so me and Brandon have that chemistry. But the other two coming in, I mean, you can't really speak about the future of a team when you've not really teamed together because you just don't know what to expect. But we'll be practicing and we'll be putting everything we can into it to try and obviously get the results. But there's teams in there that have been teaming for a while and they've just got that chemistry and they just know what each other, like what other players are going to do in this given situation or moment, which we might not have at the beginning. So I guess it's just we are going into it blind, but we're still a very good team. We're very talented, so I mean, there's no reason for it not to work. We've just got to make it work. So yeah, that's that.
Absolutely love it. And is all the lads, are they able to fund themselves if needed, or?
I don't know. I'm not too sure. I think it would be nice to. Of course, it would. Like I'm down to do it regardless
Yeah.
because I'll be able to do it. Yeah, definitely. But it's the others. I
Yeah,
can't
you
speak
can't.
for
No,
them.
yeah,
I
for
can't
sure.
speak for them at the minute. So we'll go over that when the time comes. But
It, you'll be
I'm
fine.
confident.
Yeah.
I'm confident. Honestly, I'm really confident, especially over the beta. Me and Brandon on the beta.
Yeah,
Yo,
the beta was a wrap. No, I like to ask that question just because purely in the player's head, like they're all in it, even if there's an org there or not. They're going,
yeah,
they don't care.
yeah.
Like if someone wants to hop on, then fine. But if not, you're going and you're still doing what you want to do yourself. So
Yeah, that's my mindset. That's what
yeah,
that's literally what I would do. But it's the other lot. I just don't know. I
yeah,
can't speak for them on that.
we'll have to get them on.
Unfortunately, there you go. There's the next episode.
That is, but I mean, we'll touch on that beta quickly, right? You and Zappy on the Modern Warfare 3 beta community cups that we had. I mean, you ended up winning 3 of them. You won 3 out of the 6 champ. You were our first ever back-to-back community cup champion. I know this segment wasn't on the beta, but it's in keeping. I mean, you were absolutely gross. I can't lie. Like, you beat some impressive names. I'm not going to drop the names, but you beat some really good people. Like, you must have felt great.
Mate. The last slide cancel game I played was 2019. Like I dabbled into Vanguard and Cold War, so but the slide cancels on them games, it's completely different to this Modern Warfare 3. I can compare it to 2019 a little bit, but it's still not. It's not the same, but like it feels mostly like MW 2019 to me at least.
Yeah.
So it felt I was just rejogging the memory basically. So after the first day of the beta, that was it. Then I was like, I was putting hours into that beta. I was literally playing it for all day. I was playing it till probably like 2, 3 in the morning. Like I was just because it's so refreshing to play a COD that's actually good and that the devs are actually listening. Like it's great. Like I can actually see people on the minimap now. Like you know what I mean. Like it's just way better. It's refreshing, and it's having that passion to play because it's what we've wanted all of this year.
Literally.
So, like, yeah, it's just good game, man. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait, honestly.
Do you think that a slide cancel game favours you more, or are you more traditional boots on the ground like this year?
Ooh. Honestly, I would say I'm more of a jetpack player. I put some hours in Advanced Warfare, BO3. Infinite Warfare was the one I didn't really go into. I just watched comp on Infinite Warfare, but I'm more of a. I think I'm the best at jetpacks because of how quick I can be. But putting it to boots on the ground and slide cancelling, I would say slide cancelling, honestly, because of 2019 as well. I just because it's a quicker game. I can be more of a like. I can get in situations and get out of situations quicker than having no movement. Even though the dolphin dive was here this year and that was quite, you could get here and there with it, but it's still not the greatest. But yeah,
The more movement, the
slide
better for you.
Yeah, basically.
God, don't give us a jetpack game because this kid will be a real issue then. Well,
But if I got an Advanced Warfare 2,
oh
mate,
my lord.
I'm
Well,
dying for an Advanced Warfare 2. Give me that ASM 1. Overkill Moors. Yes.
Just get me excited here. Well, so I know you said yourself, right? You're naive. Maybe you're new to the pro point system, the challenger scene. Really to expect because you're restricted with pro points. So it's a bit of a difficult question, but realistically, like first few 2Ks, where are you hoping you can achieve? Like top 64 for points, or push it even one further for like a top 32?
I think if the 4 we have knuckle down and get our heads into gear and say, okay, let's go for it. I think we can. I think we can do really well. Honestly, I think we really could. Like I said, mentality wins. It don't matter how good you are, how bad you are. If you've got the mentality, that's all you need. And especially going into like objective games, if you don't care and you're playing for the win, I mean, like, yeah,
Sky's
it's
the
literally
limit.
all I have to say. Like,
That's that joke.
yeah.
I absolutely respect it. I respect it. And there's a bit of a sticky question next for you. So obviously your team with Zappy you have done for a while now. Please correct me if I'm wrong here, but I feel like Zappy's name gets used a lot in comparison to your name when you're playing. I always feel like any team that Zappy's on it is Zappy, Zappy, Zappy. However, to me, I mean, you should be right there on the level playing field. How
You
do
know
you
what?
how do you feel that? Do you ever feel like it's Zappy, 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 or
You know what it is. I'm not selfish. I don't mind because I know what I'm capable of and I know what I can do. And most of the time, I'm like, yeah, let it be Brandon, because there's no pressure on me then. Because then when I do something,
yeah,
everyone's gonna be like, oh, whoa, where's he come from? But like, again, I'm not selfish. Like, Brandon's been in the scene for ages now. Like, it's been my first year, so I don't expect to just get on a team with Brandon and then just overlook Brandon completely. Like, everyone overlooked Brandon completely. Sorry, and then just look up my name. I mean, sub players are looked at more than an AR. They are. It's more of it's more flashy, and
yeah.
everyone's looking for that new sub. Everyone is. But Brandon's an AR that you just can't overlook. Like, he's an absolute joke. And considering he's played on a console for the past 3 years, like, you can't, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can't sit here and go, I want everyone to look at me. Like, I don't anyway, but I can't say that even if I wanted to, because the kid is an absolute joke.
Yeah.
He's
No.
a joke. And anyone watching this in challenges, I swear to God, you need to look out for this kid. He's a menace.
He's an absolute
He's a
issue.
menace.
But no, I mean that's why I wanted to ask, because I mean some of the stuff you do on the map is like absolutely crazy. And if you actually enjoy, because a lot of people don't want to be that star player. Like you said, they want to go under the radar. They want to do their thing, and then when they do something, there's sort of no expectation there from them to
Yeah,
do something crazy. So, but
yeah.
it's just a healthy response, to be honest. Like anything I throw at you just seems to be just a really great mindset. And you and Zappy are the duo. Let's be honest. I mean, are you two ever splitting?
Oh, I don't know. I've built a friendship with him now as well, so that's the beauty of it. Like, I message him every day, regardless, like, no matter what. He's just a really good mate of mine now. So I mean, that makes it even better. So, and because he's turned into my mate, it's like if he wants to go and reach heights that maybe he can't take me with, or vice versa, we're not gonna be angry at each other because this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
So if someone then achieves it, you can't then go, oh, what you doing? Because he's achieved it. So being a friend is even better for me, because I mean, I'm rooting for him, he's rooting for me. So I mean, yeah.
There's no break in this duoship, but
There's-
as well, like I'll say this quickly, though. Obviously, there's been like there's duoships at the top, but like and the top of challenges. But the problem is they're both it's two ARs, so they're always restricted to picking up another AR that might play a bit different, whatever. But whereas like I feel like an AR and a sub duo, when they're together as a two, that always works better. It's always just a good
yeah,
dynamic to have.
yeah,
So
it is. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Especially when we were playing the beta, it was just flowing. like we would play close, and it was just like
Flowing, it was majestic.
yeah, it was literally flowing. It was like a waterfall. It was genuinely like a waterfall. It was bliss. It was bliss.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. And there's been a name here we haven't mentioned too much, but a man that I'm a huge fan of as well, Powerhouse. I mean, you've got you two, and then you've gone and picked up Powerhouse, who experienced player in the scene, got himself some tiny little pro points for you next year, has great contacts, and he get you good scrims. Like, you must just feel fantastic looking at your team this year.
I am. I can't stop smiling. Honestly, when you mention it, I genuinely can't stop smiling. I can't. It's genuinely surreal how I've gone from like what I've done this year to then. I mean, the game ain't even finished yet. Like, yes, we've had the beta, and yes, the new game's coming up, but the year ain't over yet. It's over competitively, obviously, but like it's still not over. And from this year to then going up to challengers, and then having that team around me, and knowing the fourth as well is just.
We don't even know the fourth yet. This is the
You
most
don't
scary
even know
part.
it yet. That's what I mean. You don't even know it yet. So I'm just I'm over the moon for it. Honestly, I am over the moon.
But
There's no reason for it not to work out as well. So
no, let's just break this down right into just the cold hard facts. Your rookie year in EU Challengers, you have had a contract signed before you've even shot a bullet in Challengers, which I don't think many people can say. You've got probably the best AR up and comer out of XP League in terms of like a rookie as your teammate for next season, Zappy. You've then got a vet who is well respected in the EU scene there. Like for a rookie season, this is staggering. Like not
yeah,
something I can personally remember seeing. So
yeah.
someone correct me in the comments if you've ever seen a rookie step into a season with two ARs like that while also being under a contract before shooting a bullet. Let me know. And funded to your first event. You're funded to your
Yeah.
first event. The player man's not even played a scrim. I can't wait. Like, honestly, I'm gassed for it, and it's not even over gassing it. Like it's super
Yeah.
exciting. So
It is. It really is. I'm really excited. I know Brandon's excited. I mean, I know Powerhouse is excited to team because I mean, he's put a lot of trust. I respect him so much because I mean,
yeah,
to put his trust in not so much in Brandon because he knows Brandon and everyone knows Zappy now. Like I can't gas him up anymore. Everyone knows he's an absolute joke on the map. But for him to put his trust into me and believe in me, make me want to like
yeah.
not let somebody down. I know I'm not gonna, but it's still in the back of my mind. Like I've got to show up. There's no doubt about it. I do have to show up, and I will,
Yeah.
and I know I will.
You have to in challenges, but that is you're correct, right? There's for Powerhouse a huge risk. Some might see it. If you look from again a stat perspective. You pick up two rookies that have 0 pro points and are going to completely mess up your seeding for the next Call of Duty, like, or give you a really rough seed for the first 2K. Like, he's got to really back you, lads.
Yeah,
He has to know,
yeah,
and it's typical from him. It's a smart move. I don't think anyone's deemed it the wrong move. Everyone's looked at it
yeah.
and gone, "Do you know what? Fair play, mate. Clever."
I was literally about to say that. I
Yeah.
was about to say that
Wait,
it's very smart from him because I know I'm coming diffy this year definitely because everything is going into it. Absolutely everything because I know not just because it has to, and not just because I know it has to, because I want to as well. So
it's a wrap. It's on, absolutely on smoke. My lord, I'm excited.
yeah,
But segment 3, right? Another interesting pretty hot topic that I'm looking forward to getting into with you. Content curation. That's the segment overview. So, I mean, I've got one for you here off the break. Is your main focus competing or content creation? I think I know the answer. If it is competing, are you using content creation as a side hustle to fund and grow your challenges desires?
the content creation's definitely there. Competing is 100% coming first. When I have my free time, I'll be streaming pubs maybe. I'll definitely be doing the camo grinding when I'm free, so that's definitely getting streamed. But the content's going to be at the back of the mind when scrims are there and when the 2Ks are there. I want to get down to work really because then when the work pays off, the content can then start coming in because like it's a big platform to then do content creation. So it's good to use the competing to then go into content creation, but 100% competing is gonna be the first thing on my mind every single day. Every single day.
Are you going to be streaming scrims? Has the team said anything on that? A big no-no?
Nah, me
Okay.
personally, I'm not going to. Anyone else? I'm not too sure. Haven't really spoke much about it, but I'm me personally, I'm definitely not streaming it. I would like the others not to either. It's not really a deal breaker, but I mean,
It's hard, right?
I'd just rather keep it to us. You know what I mean? Like we might find a strat that nobody else knows that elevates us, so we'll stream it to let everyone else know.
Yeah, no, I agree. Content creation is fantastic for building your brand for these players, but like you said, there has to be some middle ground because in the passion pit, right? You can't afford to give anything away. So
Yeah,
I agree.
literally.
I agree. So content creation. Do you have a main platform that you're focusing on?
Just streaming on Twitch, really. I'm trying to get into other things like posting TikToks, maybe, or like doing like shorts on YouTube because I know shorts on YouTube are doing really well recently. So, um, stuff like that. I'm not forcing it. When the time comes, the time comes. Sometimes when you force things, it don't go the way you want to, and then you start feeling like a bit of like, oh wow, why am I doing this? Then if it's not working out when you're forcing it, so when the time comes, the time comes. But over the off season, I've been streaming a lot. I do enjoy it. Been streaming a lot of Warzone. Dabbling into Halo as well. Halo's been really fun. Just refreshing. Just a good game to just just sit there, have a bit of fun on. But I've been streaming a lot of Warzone recently. I've been really liking the Warzone growing, the ranked Warzone growing. But yeah, and it's all been streaming on Twitch.
So Twitch, we'll be plugging that in the description below as well. So everyone that's watching, make sure you go follow that link. So you shorts, which it's a massive part now of gaming. Like a lot of people, that's all they want to watch is like some gross
Yeah,
clips. And I think you said like YouTube Shorts is probably, to me anyway, the way I deem it, it's probably the better platform right now to be pushing
yeah.
on. Um, are any of your other teammates going to be pushing towards that next year? Do you know, or not?
Um, I know Brandon likes to stream, but it's kind of hard for him to have. Well, it's not hard because everyone knows what he's capable of, and it's entertaining to watch somebody be able to do what he does. But he's limited because he's been on a PlayStation 5. But he has now finally bought a PC. Finally bought a PC. So I know for sure he wants to do content, but me and Brandon are quite similar. So I won't be surprised if he has the same mindset as me. As no, he definitely does. He's definitely going to put competing first. But like I said, he's going to do what I do. When the free time comes, he'll stream here, he'll stream there. He'll put effort into it. Definitely.
I love it. And I asked that question because, as we've seen from competitors like Aroma, Dashi, I mean, Havoc, Itachi, even see the lads at the top doing it, right? It really elevates your brand in this
Yeah.
current climate for competing. It really accelerates that. So, do you see that as well as I need to be more than just fantastic at COD, have good placements. I also need to provide a brand with content creation platforms that makes these sponsors and orgs want to come knocking.
Definitely. 100%. 100%. That's why I've been trying to push it through off season because when the time comes to actually start competing, getting my head down, that's all that I'm gonna focus on. But definitely like he has excelled unbelievably. I mean, shout out to him because he's been absolutely killing it recently. So shout out to him and Aroma. They're both killing it. So content, it's a huge thing, obviously, and it's something to fall back on as well. Because if it don't work out, you've still got that to do
Yeah.
then, and it's still doing something that you wanted to do as a career anyway. So you're still doing something you enjoy doing. But again, it's a process. Like it's all one big process. So the time will come when it starts, you know, when the ball starts rolling. But like I said, I'm not forcing anything. Like I'm just taking my time to just enjoying what I'm doing. Like because then when you start to force it, you don't want to do it then. So I'm just taking my time with it.
This is honestly right. Well, I've spoke to players that have been competing another handful of years on you, and they still don't get it. You're stepping into the scene and you understand it. It's super refreshing. And I don't know if Deeks has trained you as PR trained you, maybe you're saying all the
It
right
hasn't.
things right now.
It hasn't.
You're
Deep not PR train me.
absolutely fantastic. I mean, shout out 22. They found an absolute gem here, an absolute gem. But when you go to these lands as well, that's something I want to ask. Obviously, the main focus on the day, but are you going to be try like creating content around the lands as much as you can, or is it just going to be
Ooh, um, I don't think I would personally. I might drop something here, drop something there, but this hasn't been said yet. Not that I know of anyway, but if an owner from 22 can come and be there with us, it would be nice to see a behind the scenes that goes on to 22's thing. Because I would rather it be on them and me having to go, oh, hold on, let me pull out my camera and
yeah?
do this, and then take my mind off what I'm actually there for. So, me personally, I'd rather 22 and just,
Yeah, but you're
you
happy
know,
for someone to be there in some capacity
yeah,
and produce content around you
yeah,
at a LAN because there's a lot of people still at the top that aren't like they don't want to be on camera on match day or anything like
yeah.
that. So again,
That's what
just
I mean.
exciting. It's really good. It's really good. You got your head screwed on. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, content creation as well. Like, is there anything you want to touch on this topic while we're on this segment? Anything you got for me or?
Um, Not really. No, I've just been enjoying my time, just streaming, and that's been it really. I haven't. Yeah, that's really been it. Like I haven't. I want to get videos out, but I'm still quite new to it. So like I'm some. I don't know what I'm doing there. I might know what I'm doing here, but there's a certain aspect in it that's really important that I'm not too sure what I'm doing on. So that it all leads back into just not forcing it, because if I do and mess something up and it not go the way I want to, and then it just derails like what I was there to do for, and I just might not want to do it again. So I'm just not rush. Yeah, I'm just not rushing into it really. Like
There's only
I'd
so
rather
many
just
hours in the day as well, right?
yeah. That's what I mean. Like I'm just taking my time. I'll gradually learn it. Like I'm learning things here and there. I've finally got an editing software in, so I'm definitely gonna start recording some of the streams and putting clips here, putting clips there, and just seeing how it comes out. And if I like it, then it's getting posted. Because if I like it, then I don't really mind if anyone else does or don't. Because there's definitely people out there with the same brain as me that will enjoy the stuff I do. It's just getting the exposure for them to actually come and watch it.
There's a huge untouched space of content around challenges and con in general that hasn't been touched. So there's definitely
Yeah,
people there for it. There's definitely people there. But on to
100%.
segment 4. Long term. This is we've got a rookie in. I want to have something we can look back on in even a couple of years' time, a handful of years' time, and go, was he right or was he not?
Yeah,
But
he's definitely gonna be right.
how many seasons or COD titles, whichever way you want to word it, are you envisioning it will take to get to the level in challenges that you want to with the current pro point system in place?
Realistically, for me, um, I'm I'm sort of challenging myself, to be honest. I want to give myself a year. I want to give myself this MW3 year to go. Okay, this is how it's done. This is what I need to do. The next title, you've got everything there for you. You know what you know what's good. You know what's bad. You know what you need to improve on. So that's all you need. It's literally put on a plate for you. This year is just obviously trying to get the good placements and trying to do everything the right way. But because I'm a rookie, there's gonna be walls and brick walls in the way that are gonna like stop me from doing certain things. I don't know yet, because that's what I mean. I don't know what to expect yet because it's my first year going into it. But definitely, I want to say this year is just going to be for experience. I'm not expecting to get first everywhere. I'm definitely expecting to do well. But I'm not expecting to win everything. Uh, yeah, it's just experience, and then for the next title after MW3, please be jetpacks. I'll 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 know what to do, and then that's when I'm gonna that's when I think everyone will start knowing.
Start hitting.
Yeah.
I've got two questions that I want to check in on this time next year. This time next year, going into the new title, are you still going to be duoed up with Zappu?
Ooh. Me, I would like to. 'Cause I love Brandon, man. Brandon's my boy, man. We just clicked. We had a bit of a hiccup, but we clicked. We've clicked, and I think we needed that hiccup to really make the bond. And now the bond's been made. Like I think we'll be teaming until a big contract comes.
Who knows how soon that will be?
Yeah, who knows?
But there's also Challenger lands this year. So before I ask the next part of that question, there's also Challenger lands this year. Local lands this year, free of being almost guaranteed to be in the UK by Katana. Are you going to them? Is the plan to still go
I
to
was meant to
locals?
go Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
I was meant to go, but then that got cancelled. But yeah, I mean, if it's in England, there's no excuse unless something personal's going on. Unless something personal's going on, there's no excuse.
Okay.
And I will be attending.
So that's a yes. Then the next part of the question. This time next year, we're going to sit down again. And will you have had a top 3 placement at a Katana LAN?
100%. 100%. 100%.
That's wrapped. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so we'll touch back on content creation again. In 3 years' time, on the Twitch platform that you said is your main platform of content creation, give me followers numbers wise. What's the goal?
Um. Ooh. As in, like, how many followers do I want to achieve in a certain amount of time, or how
Yeah,
many followers I've got now?
3 years' time, how many do you
Oh,
think
in
you
three
have?
years' time. In 3 years' time. Ooh, that's a hard question, because it has blew up, like, in comparison to what it was like last week. Like when because I went to Kick, didn't I? And then I got affiliate on Kick, and then I moved back to Twitch. But when because I was on Twitch originally, I think I was on like 15, like 3 weeks ago. When I come back, and then over the 3 weeks, I think I'm at like 120 now with like 11 active subs. I think that's where I'm at now. So I can't really put my finger on where I will be in that time streaming. It's hard to like.
Very hard.
It's hard to pinpoint it because I don't know when. Because I mean, it's pretty random. Like you don't know when it's gonna jump up. You don't know when it's gonna jump down. Like you just don't know. So I don't really know. I would hope. I'd hope minimum 300.
Minimum
I mean
300.
that's quite low. That's quite humble.
That's
But like,
that's extremely humble, and that says everything I need to know about you and anyone else
but
does.
yeah, that's what I mean though. Look, I just don't. I can't pinpoint it, so you can't really, can you? So
Right, I'm making a
yeah.
prediction. I'm going 10k in 3 years.
What the 3 years, 10K. Now
It
that I think about it, 3 years. Shit. Yeah, 3 years.
Look at successful
I
COD
would say.
players in
I
one
would,
year. They do half of
yeah,
that.
that's true. That's true. I would say. Okay, I'll push it. I'll push it up to. I'll push it up to 3K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a number, and we'll be using that. But content creation wise, what like again long term? Is there any other platforms? You said you already want to branch out a little bit, but like long term, like where do you vision yourself? Do you see yourself making sort of long term content on like on a YouTube or like even maybe streaming on a different platform?
I would like to, definitely would like to. It's always in the back of the mind to do content, but like, because I'm still new at competing, it's still like I just want to compete. That's all I want to do at the minute because I'm still quite new into it. That's all I want to do at the minute. So I can't really speak about like the content, but I can really. I do want to get into it, but it's hard when I just have that passion to just want to compete.
Yeah.
Like when the new COD comes out, like that's what I'll be doing mostly. Like you won't see many streams. I'll be streaming here and there before scrims maybe, and before tournaments or whatever. But
On the overtime.
yeah, but yeah, overtime literally. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Just overtime work.
I absolutely love it. And I say, we know the ambitions, COD, right? Content creation's on the side. You understand you got to do that, which is fantastic. But in terms of an org, as long as you're within challenges, do you want to? Sorry, obviously you want, but do you envision yourself being with the 22 esport brand long term, if in a complete
Yeah,
nature? Yeah.
I would love to be. I'd love to take them to the top, but because it's a franchise, it is hard to do that. Like it's hard to, all the money that's in franchising and that you have to spend in franchising. It's hard for someone to just come out of nowhere and go, "Yeah, there's a new team in the CDL." So I want to be with them and like until to the top. I want to get to the top with them, but there's only so much you can do. Like
If you
there's only
secure a
so
big
much you
contract
can
buyout for them, then fantastic. But
do.
no, like some teams, they join orgs, right, and they do it because they're getting funded to an event. Whereas like there's certain people that you see, they're part of a brand because they want to be part of the brand. They wear it on their sleeve, and that's how I feel you are with 22. Do you see the
Yeah,
same?
it's yeah, definitely. It's because it's been the first org I've joined and competed properly for the year with. Like in MW 2019, how old was I then? I think I was about 16, 17. Oh, that's scary, Bloody hell. But back then I would jump org everywhere. Just like I was young and I didn't really want to. Not that I didn't want to build relationship with people because that's not true. But like I'm a man that likes. I have my friends and I don't need more friends. I have my circle. I have the people that I need around me. It's nice to get people in. Like I'm not rude. I won't go up to someone and say, "Oh, you ain't my friend. I don't want to be friends with you because I have my circle." Like if you make friends, you make friends, it. But like I with 22, like got along with them all really quick, especially Seanyy. Like when me and Seanyy were teaming together, we would never not be in a call with each other. Like they're really they're a good bunch of lads, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, even if I like had to. Like if I had to, I obviously had to, but I wouldn't want to. Like I would love to stay with 22 for the rest of my time competing, but
I love
yeah.
to hear it, and they're going to as well. They're going to be smiling when watching this. But that's the end of the segments. What we have got is quick fire questions. We're going to ask our first 5 guests on the pit, which you're the third now, 4 questions each. After this one as well, I've got a few for you that aren't part of that. So we'll get the 4 done first. So quick fire, but if you want to go into it, feel absolutely free. What personality in Call of Duty Esports inspired you to pursue competing in this scene?
Go on.
Thought as much. Which EU player do you see getting called up into the CDL next?
Hixie.
Again, absolute solid. The most iconic EU organisation in COD history.
Optic.
EU. EU
Oh,
org.
EU,
EU
EU,
org.
EU. My bad.
That's why I said EU on this
Uh,
one, because it would have
Scott.
been,
Close.
yeah. If that's why I put I was doing the questions like,
Yeah.
August, like, everyone's going to say Optic, aren't they? So, EU.
Yeah, it's close.
Best European COD player of all time.
Ooh. Best EU COD player of all time.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, it's either Bance or Cammy for me.
Oh.
Ooh, I think it Bance, yeah.
Do you know,
Bance.
I've asked this to the 2 other guests, and Barnes' name, right, hasn't even been said when they've been, like, throwing names out. And to me, like, yeah, he's not the most flashiest of players, but...
He's overlooked. He's really overlooked.
Yeah, I mean, he's done it.
Especially with,
He's still been doing it.
especially with especially when he was on that Toronto Ultra team during the Cold War season. I mean, Cammy was an absolute joke, but because Cammy was so good, Bance was overlooked. I think. I
No?
think Bance is a really good player.
Oh, I absolutely agree. And that is the end of the first set of 4 questions. However, today I've got a couple more for you that
Yes,
I'm gonna require answers from. To be honest, you're not gonna want to answer a couple of them, but I'm gonna need answers. All right? No, if you don't want to, just no comment. And it's absolutely fine. But your favorite 22 esports owner?
No comment. I can't say that. Nah, they're all amazing. They're all amazing. But I'm not singling one out.
You
I
got
can't do that.
you not got one you're overly fond of?
He's not there no more.
Oh oh no! Oh, he might have been better with the no comment part. Oh, that is unreal. Seany's gonna be loving life. I don't know if we can follow up anymore after this. Okay, right. Your favourite ever teammate you've played with?
Shit the bed. Oh, my favorite ever teammate I played with. Oh, that's made me cry. Favorite teammate I've ever played with. Ooh, Seanyy or Ant Snapper's card.
Oh, okay. And then the best player you've ever played with outside of Zappy.
Ooh. See, it's quite hard because of what I've played in. I haven't played at like huge levels, so it's for me. It's outside of Zappy. It's gonna have to be Sean. Sean's a joke. Sean is actually a joke. He's a good card player, man. He wanted to play challenges.
He did,
He wanted to play.
but oh,
And you know what he says to me? He says I ditched him. He said I ditched him. He said I ditched him. How crazy is that when he moved to Hogs?
no. I feel like I'm conflicted here. I'm gonna go no comment. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna go no comment. But I would like to point out, right, there is proof. We have seen this plastered over the 22 Discord and Twitter. Cold War, I dropped 8k damage on this man's head. So
On who?
Seanyy, Snappers, the boys, absolutely tucked him in, mate. So if he should be competing, I should be still.
Get in the mixer.
No, absolutely not. My days of playing are over, mate. I'm out of the passion pit and just in the pit. So, oh right, one final one. You know, there was one I'm going to ask you, but I'm not going to. We're going to keep it nice and simple. Your favorite ever Call of Duty? I'm assuming it's going to be a jetpack.
My favorite ever card. AW.
No. Are we surprised?
That card is the definition of fun.
Got no arguments from me.
It's the definition of fun. I mean, how can it not be? Everyone just flying around the gaff. The speakeasy, the Ball Inferno, the Bowing what was it? Obsidian Steed. Oh, what a game, man.
Ooh.
What a game.
I actually have got one for you, right? This is just coming, mate. This is off the bat. Everyone watching, we're going rogue here. This is off the pool. So the third game mode this year is still like we have no idea. As a competitor's point of view, what third game mode would you want to see in the comp soon?
CTF.
Oh, God. Couldn't like this kid anymore. CTF, like, it gets slept on, right? And I'm surprised you've said that because, like, you've said like you're fairly, you're newish, like you're younger than me, like boomers like me, like that have been around for ages, nostalgia with CTF. Like new people, like no. How come you want to see it? Do you just enjoy watching it, playing it?
Because I've watched it get played, and like, I mean, yeah, it can't not be. We can't have control again, man. Like control's just it can be really fun to watch, but playing it is an absolute ball ache. It's horrible.
Preach
That's
it, brother.
how I feel. That's how I feel anyway. Like
It's just a mess.
Especially if they give us a map like Control Bagra again. Like, Jesus Christ! Like, it's just, it's not the worst. We've seen worse at Gridiron, but it's got to be CTF for me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just absolutely rewards plays. Like, yeah, 8 minutes might be a bore fest, sure, but them 2 minutes of play is what everyone's remember. Like, but
Yeah.
Fantastic, and that is the end of anything I've got for you. It's been an absolute pleasure. So
Yes,
we'll spin this over to you. Do you have any questions for me or anything that you'd want to take this time to promote?
Ooh. Well, the Twitch is in the description, so get down here. And questions. You put me on the spot here. I do want to ask you a question, but I'm not too sure. You put me on the spot.
It's all good.
Yeah. How quick do you think the pit will, like, start to? Because you're definitely getting there. There's no doubt about it. Because there's nothing with the challenger scene's not had anything like it. So you're definitely gonna get there. But how quick do you think it's gonna take to get there?
In terms of when you say get there, do you mean like I mean
get like
just pick up some traction?
Be that guy in the challenger scene for content.
I mean, for content, then
it's hard. Like it was like the content one for me. You can't really put your finger on it, can you? Really?
Yeah, it's an open book, and I don't want to be disrespectful to other people that have done stuff in the space. So like, obviously, what we're trying to do here is completely separate to anything that's being offered, to my knowledge. So like, rotation, done an absolutely fantastic job, right? Anything you need to know challenges wise, you shoot over there, right? They've got it on wraps. All the people that have done all the production stuff, Infinity, Brody, like, absolutely unbelievable job again. But I just feel like, someone that just wanted to come produce some content, get the players known, get the brands known a bit more, maybe even the chance to do like a challenger watch party, like, a local event. Yeah, just say getting in the pit when everyone's there making content with the players. I mean, I just don't see it going wrong, to be honest. It's for the scene, by the scene sort of vibe. So I'm really hopeful. I mean, this could be one of my best brainwaves ever, which is what I've been told by lots of people. But it's just exciting. Do you know what I mean? Like, regardless of any growth or any financial gain, anything that could be made off it, like, for me, the important thing is that maybe, could I do all of this, with streaming, content creation as a whole? Could I do that full time soon, sometime in the future? Yeah, for sure. But the most like exciting thing for me is that I actually enjoy it. Like, it's something that I want to do. Like, there isn't no stress on it. There's no financial stress. There's nothing. I just love doing it. Right. So for me, in my spare time, I get to do what I love and help other people.
That's it, and it really. If you're doing something you like, then there's you don't really mind, do you? Especially if it's something that you enjoy doing.
Yeah, but like growth wise, then I see this going absolutely massive. Like, does the work need to go in? Yes. Do we need to do things right? Absolutely. Do I need to get more people on board, sponsors, to excel this? For sure. But most importantly, right, I mean, this is just fun, and hopefully other people are enjoying it too. So I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited. So
you should be, man. But don't be afraid to make mistakes. You learn more from them.
100%. You, like, if you're losing and not learning for a loss, then you should not be competing.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
Agreed.
I'm enjoying the grind. You know me, grind never stops. But
yeah, so
hey, you're the first guest as well that's asked me something, and I respect that. I like that. Yeah, I like that. You got anything else? Anything you want to promote?
That's it. That's it from me.
That's a wrap. So, anyone watching this on YouTube, listen to this on Spotify. If you are listening to this on Spotify, then that's going to be a 10% buff on the accuracy front for a rank play in Modern Warfare 3. Shout out to you. Then hop down in the description. Make sure you click all the links. Go check out Lewis's Twitter, his Twitch, all his socials. 22 Esports as well. The man who this man is representing next year. All of their socials can be found in the description below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, please. And if you're on Spotify, then give this a 5-star rating, and you'll get a big kiss on the head. Consensual, of course. But that's a wrap. Episode 4 of The Pit will be coming very soon. That is going to be something a little bit different. And then episode 5, we will be back to normal on the interview basis, getting to know someone. So that's all the details for now, and thank you for listening.